Well, welcome everybody to Bar TV Sport. Hasn't been filling up because he's ready for his Bar TV Sports commentary debut. Jared Logan, how are you, Jared?
Yeah, good, thanks, Gareth.
How you feeling, mate? How's the leg going?
It's better now than what it was on the 22nd of July. It's getting there slowly, but it's still another 5 weeks before I'm out of the brace.
Of course, you've got a big fixture here today. I'm sure you probably would have been refereeing this fixture had you been fit. What are you looking forward to in the match here today? Both packs probably equally matched. The Southern Beaches scrum last week was phenomenal, and the backline obviously led by their fullback Adrian Delore. It's scintillating at the moment.
Yeah, I think Beaches would have got probably a lot of confidence too without Marlon and Var playing last week, and Tim Puisi at the back, from what I saw, was pretty outstanding. So if he can lift them again, I'm sure they'll be looking to match Hamilton, which their strength will be in their forwards today.
And Vartaleva, he's out today, or he's on the bench, coming off the bench here today, so not named to start. That may be a little smoky there. We may see him run on here from all reports around the ground. He is fit, he is ready to go, suffering that blue card a couple of weeks ago in the match, which of course gives you an automatic 8-day suspension, yeah?
Yeah,
or rest, not suspension.
12 days of no training or no playing, yes.
That would have absolutely shocked VAR, because I don't think he hasn't trained in 48 years.
No, that's right.
And then, of course, the midfield battle is going to be interesting as well. Paddy Kilmurray, of course, he's their go-to man. He's their hit-up man in the centre there. And Powter for the Southern Beaches side, very good on the turnover, very strong in the tackle. He forced 2 or 3 turnovers last week against the Wanderers backline. Yes,
they formed a good combination. I think moving Sam Moss into the centres, he's probably a little bit more defensive-minded than James Backer. And, yeah, them two are starting to build up a nice combo coming into the latter part of the year.
And one player to mention, Kyle Ward, coming through the Hamilton Colts system here. He's a big, tall winger, very strong, very much similar to Brodie Duncan. I don't know if you remember him from a couple of years ago. Very sort of similar style to how Brodie plays, big, tall, strong winger. Likes to find the line as well. One player I was impressed with last week in that 37 all draw was young Connor Mulhern, the fly half. He can kick the ball from anywhere and really has some good individual brilliance and directs them well, which I think Hamilton has lost that throughout most of this year.
Yeah, I think from last year, Jason Keelan was a big loss, and they've probably taken a good part of the season to find someone to fill in at that 10 spot, but by the sounds of it and the reports from last week, Connor didn't do too bad in his first trip out to Disneyland.
Yes, and big game out there today at Disneyland. Remember the Carlton taking on Lake Macquarie. We'll keep you updated with all the scores from around the grounds at half-time. As you can see there, the Southern Beaches side in second grade, going down 49 points to 0. Special shout-out to all our listeners around the world, especially out of Blacksmiths there. We've got Taras Dykeu and his son watching in on the big screen out there. Of course, he's a Southern Beaches fanatic. And they'll be out there having a family lunch, probably a couple of hams, some salami, and you've always got to blanch the sausages, apparently.
Yes, I believe that's true.
In any case, we'll get back into it. Mitch Gibson playing at flanker. What do you think of that? Do you think he made a good indent last week when he was out there? He only played the 60 minutes and came off.
Well, if it goes to plan as per named, it could be a tactic with Mitchell playing 60 and then VAR coming on the last 20. But I think as Mitchell's got a bit older, I think he's probably fitting into a back rower's position probably slightly better. He's probably lost a little bit of pace, but he can still keep up physically with the demands of a back row position.
Of course, this match being brought to you by Wilson & Co. Go and see Greg Wilson for all your legal needs. Compass, of course, Elders, major sponsors of the Hamilton Hawks. Go and see Brett Sutherland. Does a great job for Hamilton, and of course does a great job with his business in Elders as well. And Mascot, go if you want to communicate and commercialise your grassroots sports. Go and see Mascot online at mascot.co. Great little app, and it's doing great things, and we certainly use it here at Bar TV Sports. The referee should jump on board there.
Yeah, I'll have a word to President after today, and definitely think it's a good idea to get on board. So get on it.
Very good. And the front rows, it's going to be an interesting battle, isn't it? Because obviously Silla, he's had the Sydney experience. Ala Falongo, he's just a big man. And Peter Backerage, of course, he's effervescent, isn't he? He's always pops up, always seems to score a try. And Jackson McLean, although probably not rated as highly, but he's a similar player, gets around the paddock pretty well.
He's strong, very strong. He's probably underrated by most clubs, but yeah, he does a lot of work around the park. But I really think Michael Alafalago will be the go-to man in the scrum. He really dominated the Wanderers pack last week, and when he went off, the Wanderers, that was about the only time they actually went forward.
Yes, and the Wanderers, of course, good judge. They're coming second currently in the competition. The fourth and fifth spot, I think Maitland will probably get there in the end, but that fifth spot, it's still up for grabs, Jared.
Yeah, I think the key will be the Roos Merriweather game today. Both of them will look to get the win, because I think Waratah, after the game they've got at number 2 today, have got probably the easier run home. So, yeah, if the Roos
I'm picking Waratah. May upset Wanderers this weekend. There was a few fragilities in the Wanderers' defence last week, as we see Rob Delbo will be the referee. Of course, Paddy Kilmurray standing in as captain. And what must be his 100th game here tonight.
Milestone game. Look at it, yeah.
As we see now, the Hawks coming out to the field. It's going to be an interesting fixture here for the Rams' 2017 Premiership here on Bar TV Sports. And now Michael Delore leads the Southern Beaches side out. And you can see the Beaches side, the reserve grade side, getting around their team. And just looking to see who will take the field for the Southern Beaches side. Looks like it's going to be as per program. And look for the man in the pink headgear for the Southern Beaches side. Powder, he's been close to man of the match every time we've covered for Bar TV Sports Southern Beaches this year.
Yeah, country representative from Central West. I believe he's a cousin of VAR Talia.
And VAR Talia looks like he will be starting from the bench. How would you use him off the bench? Would you bring him in straight away at half time?
Probably 10 minutes after half time. I reckon about that 50-minute mark. And let him go for hell the last 30 minutes.
It looks like he's had a bit of a haircut for the occasion as well, as we see Rob Delbo out there with the coin toss. It'll be Southern Beaches to receive the ball, running right to left with their home side. Hamilton Hawks kicking off here at Passmore Oval. And I tell you what, this ground looks an absolute treat, doesn't it?
Yeah, I wouldn't like to get tackled on the cricket pitch. But we don't have to sitting up here, so we'll just enjoy the hits.
So it'll be a young Mulhern with the kicking duties here today. Live on Bar TV Sports, the kings of live stream media. And there's the kick. It's a nice deep one, and it's going to find no man's land. And that's one area last week that let down Southern Beaches. As they take the ball forward, is Poisi. He was dominant early on last week, and he starts off in a similar vein this match as well, as they look to take one up. It worked for them last week. That's a nice run there, getting on the front foot now. Southern Beaches closing towards the 40. They go down the short side through Adrian Delore. And Adrian Delore gets a kick through. It's a wasted opportunity there. Really should have kept hold of the ball, Jared.
Yeah, I think so. They'll probably need Marty to lead him around like he did last week. The first half an hour last week, he really directed the forwards really well. I think they should be looking for that again.
Well, here's Backeridge now taking a hit up, one out, going down the short side, getting him over 40. Hamilton now with the first chance to attack Rockaboro on the short side, looking for the ball. He's got bodies in front of him, and Powder goes around the legs, and they come over the top. They can't afford to let him run here today as Mulhern gets the ball out and coming out of the line. Nice tackle there. He really throws himself, does Kelamete for this Southern Beaches side. Himself.
Knock on.
Himself and Iopo last week, Mika, certainly were damaging in defence.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. I think they had a memo from Coach Johan, and I think they stuck to it.
Yeah, Rowan Kelly, of course, the former Central Charlestown Rugby League captain coach. It took him a while to find his feet here for the Hamilton Hawks, and he has done so, and that was a nice hit up there by Kelly.
Yes, I think the old concept of making a tackle and rolling away finally got there after about 12 games of rugby, but he's learning the laws.
And they are laws, aren't they? Not rules.
They are laws, yes.
Such a finicky game, isn't it? As we go back to the action. We've got Jared Logan. I nearly called you Jared Mullen there. As they go down the short side, Dylan Amante can't hold on to the ball. So knock on. That scrum held up pretty well there, Jared. I know Steve Bretto will be watching it at home.
Yeah, looked like they probably an idea to keep it in. They obviously, I'd say Hamilton are probably the fitter of the two packs, probably looking to get the big Beaches pack moving a bit more side to side, probably disrupt their pattern and play a little bit more.
Yeah, they had very good line speed last week in defence, and Hamilton Hawks, their attack goes without saying in this competition.
Definitely got speed to burn out wide.
Well, that's a good scrum by Hamilton, and the Beaches forward pack going backwards. Picked up by Delore. Michael Delore this time. Finds a bit of space, and Delore is through. Up over the halfway, holds onto the ball. This time they go wide through Gibson, and Gibson finds Wade on the far side. Wade with a bit of space. We know he's very quick, but he decides to play safety first, and that's going to be a penalty. First one really of the day here, in good position, and probably out of range for Michael Delore, though, you'd think.
Yeah, looks like Adrian's going to go to the line. Just the hands in the ruck there by the Hawks at the tackle.
Yeah, getting them up to probably about 10 metres out there. They'll be dangerous from here, Jared, if they can execute this line out.
Yeah, I'd say Phyllis will be probably the go-to man, the pink headgear. Be something involved around him, or Adrian Delore looks like he's sniffing around out the back. He'll be eager to get his hands on the ball and add to his 2 tries from last week.
Yeah, he certainly was the difference, and he won the man of the match last week, not for his attacking, but his defence as well. At the back was second to none. That comes off the top, and they somehow form a maul, but Hamilton Hawks then drive them sideways. And that's good defence there, but it's going to be a penalty for coming over, is it?
Off the feet, yeah. Rob's got them there, sealing off the ball, not allowing Beaches to have the ball. So I thought one thing with Beaches, their line out last week was pretty good most of the game, so they'll be looking to keep that going this week. Well, they need to execute everything if they're going to have a chance against Hamilton.
Yeah, they were perfect for about 60 minutes last week. They let themselves down for about 20 minutes in that first half, but they defended well, and that goes over the top, so
Sorelli
won't be happy with that one. Now Hamilton look to exit, goes back to Mulhern, and Mulhern kicks it downfield, right down the throat of Delore, who's positioned perfectly. Wade comes around him. The chase is good there by the Hawks. Oh, Wade can't go with the ball, and the ball goes over the touchline.
not gone into touch. No option. Quick throw. No.
Yeah, McNeil was looking for the quick throw, but
option of the scrum there. Looks like they've called.
Big Sione at the back as well. Certainly adds a dynamic element off the back of this scrum, doesn't he?
Yeah, they don't really lose a lot. You know, Joe Ackersdyke, probably inspirational leader without Steve Lamont, but they don't lose much with Big Steve Sione.
Ackersdyke may find himself playing hooker when he comes back.
Yeah, maybe. Steve might get up there too. I know he does a few extra sprints on Tuesday nights at Hawks training when the refs are training.
Well, here's Dylan Amante. Sorry to cut you off. He's exciting when he's got the ball. Gets them over the 40.
Turnover, Phyllis.
Yeah, nice work, and it's Powder again. He's so strong over the ball. Now they're looking to go wide straight away. They need to settle it here, the Beaches. And it looks like the Hamilton Hawks may have turned it over. Yes, they have. The Hawks have the ball. So now it goes out of the grips of Mulhern there, and McNeil's looking to go infield, but it's going to be called back for the initial knock-on.
Yeah, it looks like Southern Beaches, their first try they scored last week was near enough 35 phases. They look like they're rushing it a little bit at the moment. Just probably need to slow it down, find their groove.
Yeah, both sides haven't really fired just yet. 7 minutes down. The score locked at 0-0 here at Passmore Oval.
It is. I think it's going to be a good battle in the scrum. Hamilton probably had the first three, probably had the slight edge, but I'm sure Michael Alafalago on this side will be looking to get one over his old mate Flavour.
Yeah, definitely. That's a better scrum there by the Beaches side, looking to unsettle this Hamilton scrum. They drive forward now. That's a very good push there, and that's going to be a knock-on at the back. So attacking the scrum there, the Southern Beaches side.
Yeah, attacking very late there. They looked like they were composed there, and then they just a little shove just as the ball got to the back.
So it'll be the Beaches feed this time, and you'd think the Hamilton side will want to get one back here. So it's an interesting contest in tight at the moment.
Yeah, I'd say they'll be looking to return the favour here. Mind the pun, flavour or favour.
The ball comes in. This one's held up nicely by Beaches this time. Good scrum as the ball goes wide now to Powder, turning inside Adrian Delore, who almost gets through the line. He's taken around the legs, and that's a penalty. Quick tap taken. Oh, nice foresight there. The ball spun wide. Varka goes behind him, and we know he's good on his feet. He's also good strength-wise up top too, as we see there as he bumps one off.
Yeah, former premiership player at Lakes, I believe, too, from a couple of seasons ago. All taken in there. Beach is not utilising the third penalty that they've received in the first 12 minutes.
Yeah, and again, going away from that game plan they've started with the last couple of times we've seen them play, of just keeping it tight until they find some space out wide. And they're really isolating themselves a little bit at the moment, I think, Jared.
Yeah, they seem like they're up for the game, but they might be maybe a bit too keen. Maybe Marty needs to pull them back in and a bit more direction from him.
So, fifth scrum of the match, Jared. We're only 10 minutes in.
Early push, Southern Beaches.
Yeah, they were a bit eager that time. Sione takes it forward and gets tackled.
Tackled there by Tim Poisi.
The dummy's thrown, and they'll drive it forward here, Hamilton. And they're looking to play wide. Oh, Kelly's got the ball. Let's see what he can do. And Kelly is met with some strong defence out there. Gets them over the halfway, though, and Rockaboro's looking for it. Quick tap taken. Here he is now. Big Sever going forward. He's got the arm free, but chooses to go to ground. And now they drive over. This could be a turnover here to Southern Beaches. If they can jump on this ball, they can. Play on, says Rob Delbo. He just popped out there, and good option there by Delore. And now Wade's chasing it down. McNeil has a bit of time, and the chase really wasn't the best one by Southern Beaches, so they'll have to watch out for that, because I know the Hamilton side love to counter-attack.
Yes, they certainly do. You probably have to keep making sure they wrap the ball up if Big Sever gets free. You don't want to let him get his arms free or get a Sorelli or a Paddy Kilmurray off his hip. Hollywood Delbo looks like he's moving well after his dominant 16.4 in the yo-yo test yesterday afternoon.
I'm surprised he even trains. That ball didn't look too straight. Rowan Kelly comes up with it. Good awareness shown by the blindside flanker. Dummy there. Under immense pressure was the fly half in Mulhern, and now Dylan Amante tries to palm away from Powter, and he does a fine job of it. Goes up towards halfway. Here's Big Silla. The ball goes around the ankles. Now Sione running the wide line. Gets them well over halfway now. Is Mulhern. Mulhern with a short ball inside to Kilmurray. Oh, that is the biggest shot you'll see today. That is an unbelievable tackle. We'll get a replay on that. We'll slow it down for our viewers worldwide because that is a bell ringer. Kilmurray just coming back on the inside, and it was Ala Falongo, the big prop forward, just threw his body at it. I tell you what, I wouldn't like to be stuck under that one.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Animated crowd here today.
I haven't had a lot to cheer about early.
Yeah, it's been probably going the way of Southern Beaches at the moment.
4 penalties they've received too in the first 13 minutes. So
yeah, you can see Bubba Coleman shaking his head down there.
Pulling his hair out.
That one goes in behind. And they come through the other side. Gibson now looking for support. Delore can't get a ball to Stone, and they try to tow the ball through, and Hamilton Hawks have the turnover. They'll have to get a good exit here, but they'll get an easy ride out with the penalty.
Straight through off their feet there, Southern Beaches on the counter-attack.
And again, it was a perfect opportunity. Just pick and drive, keep it simple. But they chose to go wide again.
Yeah, someone out the backs must be calling for it. A little eager Beavers out there. Seemed to be last week. Definitely played a lot more. As one unit. Everyone following in one. They seem to be a bit more spread out today.
Of course, if you do want to get involved in the action here today on Bar TV Sports, like us on Facebook, YouTube, and of course subscribe to our website www.bartvsports.com.au. And that ball, a lovely ball in there by Drennan. Backridge stands wide, but Rockaboro picks and drives and has another good run. He's been busy early on, the veteran. And that's a nice box kick there by Walker. Oh, coming up for it. Wade makes no mistake.
Good catch.
Bainavalu was coming through on it. And here's Stone. Pops the ball up. Oh, nice work. Here's Watini. Oh, he's pulled back. That will be a penalty.
Stoppage here.
Oh, and it's on. Nothing like a bit of ground action.
Yeah, Hollywood.
Yeah, he's losing control. He's lost control. Delbo's lost control.
Tonks will help him out there. Here he comes.
Peter Cook will come on, and we look here. It was a lovely ball. Watini was there, and it was the big...
Snap back, didn't he?
Versus Sheldon. It was almost double his height. Pulled those big arms out, and he's lucky to stay on the field because it's up around that shoulders.
Yeah, above the collar. Sticking with the ARU mandate, anything above the collar is liable for a penalty.
Well, it's hard.
With all the concussion these days,
it's a hard rule to manage, that one, isn't it? Do you use common sense, or do you just go with law for law?
Well, you got to... I do it more common sense. Some other referees probably do it a bit more technical. You just got to weigh it up case by case and how the game's going. If it, one high tackle in the 65th minute and there's been nothing in the game, well, it's probably worth maybe a penalty at best.
Well, there's a penalty there, and that gets the Beaches with their 6th penalty now. And they are...
I wonder if Hollywood's counting. Be having a chat soon, maybe.
Do you get bumped up in pay the more penalties you give out as a referee? Do you have KPIs?
Nah, not really. Not really. Try and keep it down, if anything. But
gee, you have to talk to a few of your officiating mates, because there's a few out there that like to put the whistle in the mouth, Jared.
We've had a couple. I think there was one game here this year, and there was 8 yellows and a red.
Another line out there, and this time they win it nicely. The Beaches, and Noah Falonga comes around and charges onto the ball.
Slowing the ball down.
Yeah, Puisi picks up and drives. Very strong. Was playing front row up until a couple of weeks ago, and this one right in front of the sticks. Do you go for the points, or do you keep applying the pressure here, Jared?
I'd probably take the points. They haven't, yes, they've had a lot of territory, but they haven't had, they haven't really looked like they're going to score a try. Looks like Rob's having a chat now with captain. Is that Liam Walker?
Yeah, Liam Walker, the captain out there.
Yeah, it's probably either giving them a heads up, or it might be a more formal chat. It seems to be building nicely. 6 or 7 there.
Yes, I think that's the 7th penalty by my counts.
And only 1 against Beaches. Angels out the boys from the sandbar.
Yeah, the sandpit. I don't know about Angels, but they're getting away. They're getting away with it here, Jared. They've had the majority of the ball. So Hamilton, with their spoiling tactics,
they're slowing it up a little bit.
Just not getting away with it today.
No, Hollywood. Yeah, you see, he's buzzing after his 16.4. He's all over it. He's been training hard, the big man.
And Michael Delore hits this. And the flags go up. So first points of the day here. It's taken us 18 minutes to get there. And the score now 3-0 in favour of Southern Beaches. And you can see now the restart. It's going to go deep and long and down the throat over the head of Puisi. It's going to go Wade, and Wade will punch the ball downfield. It might find space, and nice work there by McNeil. He did well to get there. And in the end now, Hamilton with a very good opportunity to attack here. Walker appealing for the penalty, and he gets it. Watching Hamilton play throughout the year, they'll probably punch this to the corner and look for the rolling maul.
Yep, you got it. You're looking for a coach next year. Part-time commitments with Bar TV, and put your hand up.
I know Bubba like the back of my hand, mate. I think because I slap him with it. As we go now, not executed again, so things not going right for both sides at the set piece. It is a little bit breezy out there, so hard to get those throws on the money here today as they drive forward now, the Hamilton side. Backridge is at the back. He's digging for the ball. They drive towards the line. They're 5 metres out here. Here's Rockaboro. Drives almost there. Gets brought down. Paulson. Walker's appealing for the penalty. They're over the line. And that is a try. The Southern Beaches just relaxed for a minute there, and they saw the opportunity, the Hamilton Hawks.
Yeah, it looked like they got caught on the back foot.
Sione with the try. And they were caught on the back foot. Yeah, you're right, they were. They were coming backwards as we see the replay here. Walker's calling for it. Southern Beaches all put their heads up. I think Delbo was just about to blow the penalty.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Tyson Watini was thinking there. He just sort of
they just took their heads up.
Gave up.
Which is uncharacteristic of the Southern Beaches side, because we saw them defend their line last week and it was amazing. It was a great effort against Wanderers.
Yeah, it was. They really put their bodies on the line for all of the 80 minutes.
Of course, this match brought to you by Compass Editions. I'll talk to Callan Smith at Compass for all your theming and your renovations and indeed developments. Wilson and Co. And that ball kicked nicely. He doesn't miss too many, Mulhern. He's only young, but the score now 7-3 in favour of the Hamilton Hawks side there at home today.
Yes, they'll be happy with that. Happy with that, considering they've had most of the ball in their own half for the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's the first real opportunity they've had in about 15 minutes with the ball in hand, and they did well at scoring. Southern Beaches have to watch themselves now and not get their heads down, because this is where Hamilton can hurt you. There's Adrian Delore with the restart, taken nicely. He's such a big man, isn't he, for Sheldon?
Yeah, the first time I come across him this year, I needed a ladder to shake his hand.
So nice work there. And Southern Beaches again with another opportunity to attack this line. It's been a slowish old game, hasn't it?
Yeah, there's not sort of too much to get the crowd into it at this stage.
Oh, the crowd's pumping, Jared. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they're pumping over in the members' bar there, drinking the schooners. Looks like Tony Wansley's come out again after his big day last week. He's come out again for a spectate.
Oh, he's down here, is he? Yeah, nice one.
He's down there, watching his beloved Southern Beaches.
Matt Lanzini on the sideline as well, not playing here today. They miss his physical presence out there, do you think?
His power, yeah. He's probably a front row converted to a second row.
Oh, inside board taken in the end nicely. It's a tough one to take. Here's Poisi again. Strong run again. Leading the pack. Here's Watini.
Hamilton look like they're using their best spoiling tactics at the breakdown. They're really having a crack every time at the tackle.
Oh, that ball thrown out wide to Varka. Varka one-on-one. He's hard to put down, but he's taken towards the touchline. He'll stay in. He'll keep his feet. He needs to get to ground. Does the winger. Yeah, that's a penalty there. The Hamilton Hawks side. And that's, yeah, Marty Delore goes for the line. We saw him take an opportune tap last week, which led to a stride. Poisi, they pick and drive now. Spins out of the tackle and taken over the touchline by Big Sealer.
Yeah, again.
Kelamete it was.
Rushing it a little bit. Hamilton defence was pretty committed there on the short side.
Yeah, nice strength shown there by the big prop forward. Gives him a bit of a verbal battering to say thanks for coming. That one goes up nicely to Rockaboro, and Verschellen was dealt with again. The physicality of this Beaches defence is second to none at the moment. Goes down the field, pops up, and goes over.
Backer was probably lucky that didn't have another bounce then, because
yeah, he needs to get to that on the full, doesn't he?
Kyle Ward was there waiting to pounce.
Ball comes off the top. Rowan Kelly again grabs the steal. So he's had a good game. He's impressed so far as Kelly, and that ball goes down the line, and Varka now looking to evade a few defenders and gets to Delore, and Delore will kick to the touchline, and
straight to Sorelli. Nope.
McNeil comes up with it, and Sorelli comes around Bainavalu.
Brian Kelly's been strong at the line out. I think that's 2 steals now in the opening 25 minutes.
He's had a couple of good runs too. That time it goes across his face. And again, good defence. Michael Delore chopping his opposite down. Bainavalu takes some pressure off the forwards, and that's another penalty here.
Both teams seem to have a clear intention to slow the breakdown. A lot of players off their feet, a lot of players putting their hands in. Hollywood's probably not going to put up with it for too much longer.
So you're telling me he's the fittest referee in the Referees Association?
No, he's not the fittest referee. He's improved his fitness. He was getting probably almost up to 15 on the yo-yo, and
what's a yo-yo? Is that like the beep test?
It's the new and improved beep test, and we've got a minimum level we've got to get to, which is 15.6. And
really?
Yeah. Drew Tonk's got 20.4.
What is it? Over 5? For over 5 metres?
20 metres. 20 metres.
Well, now they pick and drive here, Southern Beaches. They need to have a good exit out of here. I'd like to see them go the length of the field like we saw last week, but again, they're not really sticking to that game plan that Johan Luren's almost has a patent on. As Michael Delore with a nice spiralling kick downfield, and there's no chase again from the Beaches, and Bainavalu probably should have thrown that, I think, because there was definitely space out wide, options out wide as well. McNeil, he's very dangerous when he counters.
Yeah, Lockie Wade seems to be the only one really chasing, but no one's really going up as a line with him. So they better watch it. I reckon Hamilton will be watching that. Kilmurray.
Nice flat ball to Kilmurray, and Kilmurray will take the standard hit up. Here's Kelly. Kelly running wide and can't get the arm free. If he had a runner off his hip there, it was dangerous. Oh, that's a terrible looking pass. And Michael Delore couldn't go with it. It was close. They were very casual, weren't they, Hamilton, of jumping on that ball, and Michael Delore, seeing the opportunity, jumped up, and in the end it was just prized free of his clutches.
Yeah, I think Delamanti got a hand on him there. If he didn't get that hand, I reckon he was probably under the post.
It would have been interesting. Bainavalu, no slouch when it comes to speed.
No, he's quite quick. One of the quickest in the competition from my experience.
He's been probably the best finisher in the competition for the last few years.
Yes, I agree with that.
Along with Billy Coffey. I guess you can add Tim Marsh to that as well.
Bill Coffey. Dylan Rowney's been very impressive this year from what I've seen.
So ball comes out. Inside ball. Michael Delore with a massive hit on these much younger fly half.
Sheldon.
For Sheldon with a nice offload there. Here's Dylan Amate. He's hard to put down, but Varka gets involved and helps out Puisi in the tackle. Here's Silla. Silla gets them on the front foot. Walker for Shellen. Short ball. Look at that. Another big hit.
Michael
No, that time it was
over the top.
Mitch Gibson. Inside ball. Dylan Amate runs a lovely angle. Now Hamilton on a bit of a roll here. And that's a penalty. And that's unlucky there for Southern Beaches. Hamilton have given away probably 8 penalties. Southern Beaches 3. And the Southern Beaches player finds himself in the sin bin. And there's been repeated infringements at the breakdown. How do you view that one, Jared?
Yeah, Rob's had a couple of chats. I know there was a head-eye tackle and then a build-up of penalties against Hamilton. And then, the halfback seems to have got those last 2. Obviously, the captain leading from the front. But, Tyson, probably on the way the game's gone in the first, 30 minutes, probably a little bit unlucky, but if he's consistent, then Hamilton will probably lose one soon.
Well, your hooker's the worst player you can lose, really. So that's a big blow. Oh, nice ball here, Sione. You're not going to stop him from that far out. I pity the fool that got in front of him there. There's Cook.
Just conferring.
And that is a try. He's dominant. He's hard to stop in full flight. As we'll go now to the replay. Little set move. Nice offload, and look at the pace, determination. It's all there. Oh, a little knock on maybe, but anyway. Oh,
it's that corner.
We'll go again. We'll have a quick look at that. One more look as we slow it down for our viewers at home. Ooh, I'll give that a try.
An arm on the ball.
What are your thoughts about the referees using the Bar TV Sports Vision? They sit behind us as a third match official. Would that help you out?
It would. No, there was a close call earlier in the year here in that same corner, Wanderers versus Hamilton. If we had the...
I don't know if you'd call it a close call. I'd call it a wrong call, to be fair. I know you're going to sit on the fence.
Yep. It was a hard call.
That ball comes across and goes, oh, they've put the flags up. Let's get a replay on that one because I don't know about that.
Cookie.
Well, they got away with it. The points will count. And we'll have a look as the ball evades our vision. So we're going to have to give that one. He's kicked it so high we couldn't track it. So 14-3 the score, and suddenly Southern Beaches with a bit to do now. They started well. Couldn't consolidate any points though. So the score's 14-3. Kelly comes across, looking to get busy. That's a good run by Kelly again. Oh, nice hit again out there by the Southern Beaches side, so certainly not losing any enthusiasm. They're down on the scoreboard. That comes across Adrian Delore. He'll get under that one nicely. Steps around and tries to step through, but he's taken just on halfway.
Knock on.
And that's a knock on, uncharacteristic by Delore.
Yeah, they just need to regroup here. The Beaches of Hamilton are getting in a bit of a groove here, and they'll be looking to probably get another try, maybe a penalty goal before the Tyson's back from his stint on the sideline.
Yeah, they are a man down at the moment, the Southern Beaches side, and they're getting made to pay. This is the first time we've seen a scrum.
Hayden Gavin coming on, Mitchell Gibson coming off.
Of course, have to replace the hooker. Mitchell Gibson might not mind the little break. It'll give him a bit of extra.
Don't think he's got any hooking experience on a rugby field.
So scrum on halfway. About 20 metres in from the far touch line as Walker feeds the ball. Bainavalu coming short side. It's fairly open, and Bainavalu finds a bit of space, but he's wrapped up on the 40.
Both teams are utilising that short side a lot.
Backrich runs forward and he's stopped in his tracks.
Jackson McLean.
Yeah, good tackle by McLean. Ball bouncing. Varka looking to pounce on it, but Ward picks it up and Ward runs forward solidly. There's Mahone. Inside ball doesn't come off. Oh, so is McNeil to kill Murray, standing in at fly half. And now Bainavalu. Good counter-rucking there by Southern Beaches, and that's a knock-on.
Knock-on. Probably got away with it there.
We may get a replay on that one because I thought he came in
hands
from the side, maybe. For our viewers out there, yeah. maybe.
Live, it looked like a hand, but clumsiness from Liam there.
So, Southern Beaches, will be interesting to see how they defend this scrum. They're a man down, so expect the pressure to come. Probably would have thrown a centre in there, given the state of the game. The ball comes out anyway. Michael Delore looking for runners, finds Powder, and Powder gets them well over the 22. Michael Delore, nice little show and go, and inside was Moss it was, as he couldn't come up with it, so it's a turnover as Kelly picks up and takes another run. So very busy in this half was Kelly.
Yes, Kelly's had probably up to about 6 or 7 hit-ups now.
He's made a heap of tackles as well. Ward stepping and Jinko. Oh, that was a good hit again.
Mika Hiopa.
Yeah, Mika. Nice hit. They certainly haven't left anything out there, the Beaches side. As we close in on the half.
Liam Walker pleading again for a penalty from Hollywood.
McNeil looking for runners. He's jinking. Can't find Ward. Bakarich picks and drives and crawls. They inch closer towards the line. And they're almost there through Silla. Walker again appealing for the penalty, but that will be a knock-on, and that is a let-off. Southern Beaches somehow hang on there, Jared.
Yeah, they would look like they were going back, and they were trying to scramble at every tackle, trying to disrupt the ball, and probably got away with one there, really.
So 2 minutes remaining on the clock. Probably about a minute of injury time, do you think?
Yeah, there hasn't been a lot of injury time and stoppages. Yeah, that'd probably be about right.
So Delbo, he's called the knock-on. And now, Southern Beaches have to go 100 metres to get on the board here at Passmore Oval.
They'd be happy with that, I reckon. Need a little lift before half-time.
14-3. We know they always fight to the end. They come back well. They've done it a couple of times this season and come out winners. So the Hamilton Hawks will have to come out in the second half with a positive mindset. Oh, great scrum by the Hawks, having a pick up with Puisi. Offloads the ball in a bit of a dangerous situation there to Powder, but somehow manages to get the ball back. Oh, Alafalongo juggles the ball. And again, nice run in the end. It hit his chest, bounced off. I thought he was going to drop it. Now Michael Delore jinks and steps away. Little box kick over the top.
Marty Delore.
Yeah, nice work by Marty Delore. He's a good calming influence in this side, isn't he?
Yeah,
since he's been back playing.
They've really, just his leadership and experience and his cool head, I reckon, just leading them around the park the last few weeks. He really had a good game last week.
Off the top. Easily won, and Kilmurray with a little move. Oh, that is going to be a high tackle. Michael Delore will find himself in the bin here. He was falling. We'll get a look at it. He's pulled off some massive hits today, Michael Delore, and he might find himself in some trouble as we look here. And he was falling there, Bainavalu, and it's just careless in the end.
Yeah, yellow card.
Well, that is the law of the land, isn't it, Jared?
That is correct, yes. His player safety anything above the
What
head.
number is that? What number law is that?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
In the bylaws.
Couldn't tell you. Down 2 men now, aren't they?
Yeah, they're down 2 men.
Tyson's waddling back on. There he is.
Wattini comes on, so straight swap, 41 minutes down. So you'd figure this is probably the last crack here for Hamilton, get some more points.
They'll be doing well to hang on here, Beaches.
Yeah, he's really been the linchpin of the defence here today, Michael Delore. He's led the line up well. And that was easily won. They're going to try and drive it forward here. Alafalongo's on the bottom and he's getting trodden all over. That's a bit of old school there, Jared.
Yeah, he's got away with it there. No boots on players these days.
Were you ever reffing when there's boots on players?
No. It was out before my time. Might have been in your time.
Yeah, I didn't mind the old rucking days. A badge of honour to come off with some boot studs, and that's
all taken in.
Yeah, nicely done by Beaches again. They hold on their own line. So, apart from that one blemish early on where they all stood there and watched the first try scorer go through.
Yeah, they're grouping, getting more together in the 22 area. Hamilton probably looking to use that extra man, but the extra man's now in the backs rather than the forwards with young Tyson back on.
Well, Soundy's got the double here today. He certainly looks dangerous when he gets the ball, doesn't he?
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be committing to the breakdown. He's looking to get, blokes on the back foot or that one run out off Liam Walker or whoever's in the half-back position and isolate against a smaller guy.
That one just going down. So the clock continues to tick.
Yeah, it must be a lot more injury time than what we thought up here.
In any case, there was a little bit of a stoppage before that. Couple of scrums ago. Oh, good scrum by Hawks again. They have to kick the ball out, and that's going to be half-time, Jared. We'll quickly get your thoughts on how do you think the game's going to go in the second half, and we'll take a quick break.
I thought Beaches, started the first 20 minutes. You wouldn't say they were outstanding, but they had a lot of field position, and they probably didn't get that try they probably needed. And, yeah, it looks like it might come back to bite them if they don't pick their game up. But Hamilton had a 20-point advantage against Lake Macquarie last week, and Lake Macquarie stormed home in the last 15, so I'm sure they'll be looking to do a similar thing.
They certainly will. We'll take a quick break now for Wilson and Co. And we'll be back with all the second half action shortly. Welcome back, everybody, to the Rams 2017 Premiership here live at Passmore Oval on Bar TV Sports. Of course, the match brought to you by Elders, Mascot, Wilson & Co. and Compass Editions. With us right now, Jared Logan, the score 14-3, and the game not quite in the balance. Hamilton regained control of that match late in the first half, I feel.
Yes, I think they did well. They took the initial onslaught from, well, I wouldn't say onslaught, but territory. It was a
scrappy half, let's say that.
Yeah, Beaches probably had 60 to 80% of the field position in the first 30 minutes, and then just let it slip there in the last 15 or so. And they've still got the man down for about another 8 more minutes.
Yes, 8 minutes by our calculations, and they'll miss him, as we mentioned in the first half, Michael Delore, the fly half, the linchpin of the attack. You probably see his brother Adrian shift into fly half.
It's been a bit of a hitman today, William Walker.
Oh, nice chase there, off the kickoff. Here's Kelly again. Geez, I tell you what, Kelly, he must be fishing for a pork knuckle here today, Jared.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's a nice kick there. Bouncing nice for Delamate. Kicking forward. Probably should have passed it to Ward as Varka pounces on the ball. Now he tries to evade Ward. He does. And he does well and sets it back up for his team.
A few of the Beaches boys slowly getting back there.
Yeah, Alafalongo, not sure how much longer he'll last. He was replaced fairly early last week by Johan Lurens. Of course, they've got a pretty good bench here today. And that bounces up for Varka again. Oh, nice footwork there by Varka. Does well. Has to wait for his team to get there, and this time they're a little bit quicker back.
Here's Big Michael.
Here's Alafalongo.
And his arm free there.
As they go forward again. Oh, nice run. That was Big Ville and Calamante.
Mika got the ball away. Oh, thrown into touch. Kelly looks like he's coming out of the back line for another run. Plenty of options there. Bakaric, yeah,
Rocabaro's there, isn't he?
They've stolen it.
A nice work by Beaches. They haven't had much luck in the line out here today. And here's Alafalongo taking the short side on.
Might have got the instructions from Coach Johan. Michael, you've got 10 minutes. Go for your
Go hard. He's had a couple of good runs and a little bit of a wrestle going on out there between the two prop forwards. Nice kick. Cook didn't give you much distance there.
No, about 30, 35 metres out.
And just looking to the Beaches bench there, there's a couple of players going through their stretches.
Yeah, young Hayden Gavin, Var's not limbering up just yet.
I don't think he's even on the bench, is he? As we go back to the action out there, there's centre field now, Southern Beaches. Here he goes again. Alafalongo bumping one off, getting through. Oh, takes care of Bakaric.
Really picked it up in the last 5 minutes.
Here's Gibson. He's isolated, yeah, to get his side there. And that's a penalty.
Hamilton are going to lose someone here.
Yeah, definitely. They'll find someone in the bin. It'll probably be the player on the ground there. And yes, it is. Big Paulson.
Tommy Paulson.
So he's been getting through a lot of work, Paulson, and they'll miss him around the breakdown.
Injuring referees too in his spare time at Nelson Back.
He's okay in my books, Jared.
Complete accident. They're level now, 14 on 14.
Yes, they're going to take the points here. Adrian Delore backing his side to stay in the fight here. This will take him to 14-6 if he's successful. The breeze is swirling around out there.
Looks like it might be a little bit behind the Beaches back in the second half. Cool.
And the ball is nudged over, and that will take them to 14-6.
No one definitely went through.
Oh, definitely.
Didn't go above the camera.
No qualms about it. Apologies earlier on. The referee's boss was talking to our cameraman.
Barney Collins.
That ball comes across. Oh, beautifully taken in the air by Mika. Goes behind Alafalongo, and Adrian Delore spirals one down. It's a easy bounce to the end for Ward, and Ward has a bit of room. We haven't really seen him light up, and he tries to go straight forward. He's knocked the ball on, and now Beaches have it, and they take the ball forward. Calamete. It's going to be brought back for the original knock on. The advantage wasn't there. So both teams with 14 aside. This scrum should be well and truly evened up.
Yes, it's been a pretty good battle really at the scrum. It's sort of tit for tat really. Hamilton probably had the initial early advantage, but Michael and Jackson sort of picked it up there in the last 20 minutes.
Michael and Jackson. I like what you did there.
Scrum area, that's your forte, isn't it, Gareth?
No, I never really knew the rules. I did pack in there, but as we go now,
I think I gave you one yellow card at number
being too tough for dominating. I think that's what I said to you, wasn't it?
Driving up those poor little Wanderers hookers. 45 out there.
Yeah, nice kick there. So Hamilton looking to claw back control of the game, 14-6. We've only had 6 minutes of this second half. Both sides playing a fairly conservative style of rugby here today, Jared.
Yeah, I think they're feeling each other out, probably not trying to give too much away with the semi-finals looming, put all their cards out there today, lift themselves in 3 or 4 weeks. I think Hamilton's got a few tough games coming up too.
Powter now finding a bit of space. Oh, taken around the ankles. Adrian Delore calling for it. Goes past him. Gibson with a nice pass to Moss. Moss with a bit of space, and Moss, they let him run. Wade with a clean out. Wasn't really necessary. Should have probably just consolidated the ball there. Now Powter has it. Mika with a nice little short ball. Calamete, ball away in McLean. And that is a try to Southern Beaches. Vaka on the end of some nice passing there. And nicely done. Southern Beaches out of nowhere. They hit back.
Yeah, the forward showing the backs how to go forward and draw the man in.
Yeah, it was a lovely try, wasn't it? The lead-up was sensational by Moss. And look at that. That's a lovely little short ball. And the big man, McLean, at the end, showing he's got all the skills to pay the bills as well.
Yes, yeah. Not letting young Michael outshine him.
Talalivas come on the field.
Looks like Michael's just been waved away for another minute. Beaches trying to get him back on the park. Young Veli coming off there after a try assist there.
Yeah, he had a pretty good game, didn't he?
Yeah, he's
the big lock.
Started the year in social fours.
Oh, did he?
Yes. Country representative a couple of years ago.
Yeah, he was.
Work commitments. He's still only about 24, 23.
What was he, a development player for the social fours?
Yeah, well,
he couldn't be over 35.
He couldn't play on Saturday, so he said he'd have a go at belting blokes in 4th grade.
So that one was successful. So there's a point in it here now, Jared. And this game has been clawed back by the Beaches side.
Back to full complement, and they've got themselves back in the game. See if they can keep it going.
Here's Gibson again. Nice strong run, running straight at Kilmurray. Here he is now, VAR. First hit up of the day. And it's a good one as he charges towards halfway and over halfway.
Tyson straight behind him there.
Oh, in the end, it's a knock on. They tried to play too quick out the back, out the short side. But that is inspirational stuff by the inspirational leader.
Yeah, definitely. You'd be looking for a big 30 minutes.
As we look at the run here on the replay. Yeah, just push the pass there, Watini.
Well, VAR still probably got a few fumes coming because he had the blue card, but he'll take it out on his old teammates.
He was pretty relaxed about it when I spoke to him last week. I'm sure he wasn't during the week, though. But
by Saturday.
By Saturday, he calmed down and he was actually looking forward to the break.
How old did you say he was? 48?
Yeah, he's 38, I think. That's a penalty there. So letting themselves down at the scrum, the Southern Beaches side. They were wheeling it. Ball just kicked over the head of the Southern Beaches coaching staff on the far side.
Inside the fence there. That's not normally what happens.
I think it's because it's a cricket field, isn't it? You're allowed to.
Normally got to be outside the fence, but
even on a cricket field.
Yeah.
I think you better check your laws there, Jared. As we go back to the action,
ground manager's
Walker's
all
looking
over
for it. All that it's got to be, penalty for sure. I think you got a bit of help from Tonks on the touchline there.
Yeah, Tonks was on the buzzer there. Rob was on the other side. A few injuries here.
Yeah, it's Kilmurray and Rockaboro. He's looks like he's getting some treatment to the ankle there. And Rockaboro, he was picked up, driven, and
really twisted.
Yeah, twisted the ankle there, or knee. Didn't look good. And Kilmurray in the background with his hand up, so he doesn't look too good. They'll really miss Kilmurray.
Yes, he runs straight. He's always, if they're going sideways, he always straightens it back up. And he's strong.
Looks like he might have a bit of blood coming out as well. Big Sever.
It's like Bassagotti might be doing a few limbering up there.
Yeah, he's coming back from injury as well, isn't he? He's injured his hand a few weeks ago.
Yes.
Saw him score a couple of great tries in the second grade match earlier on today. They certainly don't lose anything if he does come on the field.
No, looks like they're up and at them. Haven't lost anyone yet.
Much ado about nothing in the end.
Yes.
But it's a good opportunity here for Hamilton to attack. Oh, they lose the ball again, so Coleman will be absolutely filthy about this line out. As Alafalongo jumps on it. Oh, that ball. Oh, it's a terrible pass. They're in trouble now, and somehow diving on the ball was Gibson. Now Michael Delore goes wide, and here's Adrian Delore with some space, steps inside, manages to pass to Moss. Moss has Wade on the outside, doesn't use him.
Good recovery there.
And now comes out Puisi with a long floating ball out wide. Here's McLean. McLean has support on the outside. Goes to Powder. Powder bumps off Ward.
Strong run.
Good positive play on the edges there by Southern Beaches. And now Puisi takes them forward again. Michael Delore has runners inside. Goes outside. Adrian Delore almost losing his feet. Oh, pops it over. And the pass goes into Wade's hands. Chipped forward for himself. Here goes Wade. And Wade will score. What a try. That was unbelievable, Jared.
That was very good. Very good play. The pass from Delore didn't look that great out of the hands.
He floated it out, didn't he? And he almost loses his footing here. And he was kind of off balance. It floated out, and somehow, I don't know how Wade picked that up, one-handed. And look at that. That is a pinpoint kick from a very good finisher in Lockie Wade.
Yes, very good finish. Very good finish.
And now the Beaches in front again here today. 18-14. Hamilton.
Really come out firing in the second half. Hasn't always been the prettiest footy, but they seem to be getting back playing as that one unit again. Just while we're waiting for the kick, just get a shout out to Chris Roberts, the organiser of the Old Salts page. One of the organisers of the Tony Wansley Day last week. He's been messaging all day looking for a shout out, so we'll just give him one now.
Nice work, Chris, and he did a great job last week, as did all the Beaches out there at the sandpit. That one's waved away, and it was an ugly kick. So the score remains 18-14. Southern Beaches leading Hamilton Hawks here at Passmore Oval.
Getting the crowd more into it now, Gareth. 25 minutes. Hawks are going to lift.
The crowd definitely has pepped up. It almost seems like there's more Southern Beaches supporters here today.
There was a big shout there when Wade scored. Obviously don't want Hamilton drinking from the bird bath.
That's right. I've noticed Damien Wells is back as well, the instigator of the bird bath. Oh, that's a lovely kick.
I believe Wells popped up in third grade earlier in the big victory.
Yeah, he played as well.
And Dan and Palmer. And
Ivan Walkling.
Strong third grade team.
Yeah, both Palmers were there, weren't
they? Yeah. Maxwell.
And Bubba couldn't get on. Ball comes out, Mulhern feeds McNeil. McNeil finds some space, and Powder in the end comes over the top. So it's game on here at Passmore Oval in this 2017 Rams competition. Sheldon gets an arm free, and he's driven into the cricket pitch and lost the ball. Nice tackle by VAR. He's been inspirational since he's been on, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's only been on 5-7 minutes, but he's a couple of big runs and a couple of big hits, so looking to lift the boys. Must be that new haircut he's got. Feels younger than 38.
Oh, it makes him look 27.
Probably got another 15 years then.
Well, he's a long way retiring, he told me the other day. Here's Delore. Michael Delore kicks it downfield. And that goes out. The flag goes up. And lovely work, and Beaches now. They're in control.
Field position, front foot ball. Bit of pressure on Drennan here.
Yeah, Drennan, his throws. They've been okay in a swirling wind, and at that time it's on the mark, on the money. So Hamilton need a good exit now. They need to control the ball. And they certainly are a team that can do that. They're working up the field. This is good stuff by the Hawks. They go the short side, and Ward has a bit of space, kicks to himself as Delore comes across field. It's an awkward bounce, and Ward flicks it back inside. There's plenty of Beaches players there. Calls for offside, but I think it was okay.
Clearing kick from Vaca there, straight down Rockabaro's throat.
Here's Big Stoney winding up and taken nicely round the legs. That's how you do it at home, kids. Michael Delore can take his hat off. His defence has been
good offload,
brilliant today. And Walker, he's going to be caught in, so pick and drive will be the call. And here's Verschulen, and the ball spits out again, so carrying the ball has been a bit of a problem for him. Here's Alafalongo. Oh, pops the ball. Didn't need to, but it's going to be called back for the original knock-on, Jared.
Yeah, the Beaches got lucky there. Big Michael, half a break. He's definitely still pumped up from his halftime chat from his coach.
Yeah, he's getting a bit more time than we thought, than we expected. Replaced early on last week. So Adrian Delore, he's lined up on the short side. And it's a pretty big short side. They've got Vaca over there as well, manning up only on Ward. That's where I'd be going.
Short side's been a favourite today for both teams, so could be a goer here. Yep.
And that's the way they go. Adrian Delore tries to get away, and in the end he's taken down.
Good defence.
Yeah, great defence in the end, and they drive back. This is good counter-rucking, forced to pick up.
Tyson.
Yeah, nice run by Watsini. Oh, short ball to Alafalongo, almost forward, but Delbo says play on. Yeah, nice running there. The Beaches firmly on the front foot here. Now they go wide. Mika, here he goes, finding some space. It's opened up for him. He's isolated now. As he pops the ball back, Martin Delore tries to find a bit of room there. Adrian Delore bumps away. Now.
Show and go.
Can't open up for him, but the ball pops out. Here's Vaca. Finding Powter. Looking for Moss, but can't find him. It's going to be won by...
Good counter-ruck by Hamilton.
Yeah, nice work by Hamilton Hawks. It was Rockaboro and Stione. But McLean has it now. He's been dangerous. Here's Vaca. Vaca with a dummy. He's getting busy. Inside ball again. Michael Delore showing, going, and not quite finding what he needed to find. Long ball out wide. Here's Alafalongo. He's going to be hard to stop. Flicks it inside. Mika taken around the ankles. Oh, he's come in from the side then, surely, Silla. Delbo says play on. And that's a terrible kick. And the Hamilton Hawks, you can see them.
Sammy Paulson's gone down there.
If we get the wide shot on it, you can see them all down in back play, this Hamilton side. Yeah, Paulson's down, and yeah, Silla. What did you make of that? Was he entitled to grab that ball?
Yeah, I think so. I think Rob was in a good spot there to make the call, so he was right there. Looks like Bubba's got his 15 reserves warming up, pushing for a late, nice 15-minute push to try and get the victory.
Yeah, certainly. They have got a lot of depth over here at Passmore Oval. And yeah, so Delbo just assessing the situation out there. It'll be good to go. It is a Hamilton throw. It came off a Beaches player.
Charge down.
Off the charge down, and all the pressure's on the Hawks here. Ball off the top, but nicely won. Verschulen, he's so tall, he's big, he's hard to... Now it comes back, and dummied by McNeil.
Not trying to get out of...
Yeah, they're just setting themselves. A good patient exit by...
Beaches creeping there.
Yeah, box kick, and Varka lets it bounce and
Barker's
caught in
been
no
strong
man's
in the
land,
last
and there
5
he
minutes.
goes. He's found a bit of space again. Dylan Amante comes from behind, wraps him up, and Pouter backs him up, and here comes Pouter up the middle. Still going, can't get it free. He can get it free. Gibson will score. What a try.
Hayden Gavin.
Southern Beaches.
Hayden Gavin, I believe.
That was Hayden Gavin, was it?
Just come off the bench. Oh no, he's
No, it's
sitting on
Gibson.
the bench. You got it right.
Number 6 is
They
Gibson.
all look the same.
As we see here, look at the run and the chase by the Hawks just wasn't there. It was disjointed, and this is a tackle that should have been made, but Pouter, nice skill shown there by the centre, and just holds up the ball nicely as Gibson. That's a good breakaways try, Jared.
Yeah, good support play. Just not wrapping the ball up. Bit like when Sever's running. Got to wrap the ball up. Just wrapping up the legs, but the arms are free. Good try there. Back has really been strong in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, he's scintillating when he's in form, isn't he? He's got a couple of mistakes in him, but when he's on, he's on.
All good wingers have a few good mistakes in them, I reckon.
And the flags go up. So 25-14 here at Passmore Oval. And Southern Beaches, they're looking in control with 15 minutes to go.
They've really lifted. Must have been a good pep talk at half time. Hamilton have come out a little bit flat, but it looks like they might have a few fresh faces on now. Tills.
Yeah, Gareth Tills is the professional traveller, has come on the field, and here's VAR.
Again.
Nice run again. He loves playing against his old side, the Hawks. Downfield, it's kicked, and McNeil positioned nicely. He's looking to come the way of Sione, but he's not going to link up with him. He's isolated and
run. And
it's a better chase that time by the Beaches side.
Paddy Kilmurray kicking for space there. Straight to Adrian Delore.
Adrian Delore
Oh, not the man.
punches it back, and nice hands. Rockaboro, he must be tired because he's passed it back. And here's Sione. We know he's not tired as he runs forward and he finds some space and bumps a couple off, and Poisi tries to rip the ball. But in the end, good run by Sione. Oh, look at that. That is another big hit. Alafalongo.
Oh, flag from Drew Tonks.
I don't know about that. That is an absolute belter. Great shot. Let's look at the replay. There's nothing wrong with it, Jared.
Looked like a big man-on-man hit there.
He's going to probably call a shoulder charge, but
no arms.
I mean,
call from assistant referee Drew Tonks.
Yeah, I don't know about that. He came across and couldn't get his arms around. Was playing for the Hawthorn Club here today as well, Jared.
Yeah, I believe that's the case. Yeah, Beach is obviously lifting for that. Is he calling Big Michael over?
Yeah, he's going to give him a card. He's going to give him the yellow, and that is very unfortunate for Southern Beaches. They're in the lead 25-14. And I don't think it was even Alafalongo that did it.
He come over the top. He come over the
No,
top.
Poisi came across over the top. It was. I'm pretty sure it was the number 8.
Well, you got me before, so you probably got me again.
Yeah, I'm not often wrong, Jared.
Assistant referee Drew Tonks on the
You
ball
know that.
there.
You've refereed me.
Yeah, you're never wrong. It would have been a good captain. Again, this is the third time Beaches have had someone in the bin, so...
Yeah, so now the Hawks, they're lifting. 12 minutes remaining in normal time. Bakarich takes a hit up.
Bakarich has been fairly strong in defence today. Not a lot of hit-ups like he normally does.
Oh, the no-look pass. And it's flung infield. So Kilmurray looking for runners. Quick hands. Dylan Amate has plenty to do as the defence shifts for Southern Beaches. Oh, nice tackle. That is textbook, Jared.
Must have been practicing during the week because that's probably about the 5th or 6th tackle around the legs.
That was round the midriff, and that's a winder, that one. And again, solid defence by Beaches. Bakarich looking for the ball inside to Tills, and Tills goes without it. Now they're a man down at the scrum here, Southern Beaches, so this is going to be tricky because they are missing a front rower.
Tyler Austell looks like he's coming on, and Geraint Weaver. Flavor's coming off for the Hawks.
Yeah, he's had a pretty good game, hasn't he?
Yeah, he just done all the little stuff that you probably don't notice.
As they clap off the prop.
Mitchell Gibson's come off after his try 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, really, they had to take him off. He had a bit of a stint earlier on as well, didn't he? Coming off when Watini was in the bin.
Yes. Yep. Won't lose much with Tyler Austell coming on. He was fairly solid last week.
So Hamilton now, there's 10 minutes remaining. So here comes the scrum. Mandalore has to pick the ball up. Pressure. Yeah, nice work by VAR in the end. He dummies, it opens up. He gets the ball to Martin Delore. It's offloaded, it goes out wide. Moss feeds Adrian Delore to Vaka. Vaka getting away from a couple. Ducky under the high shot there. And that's not going to come out. So isolated, good strength in the tackle. It was Gareth Tills. Got his arms around the ball, held him up. Yep. Hasn't played too much this year, Tills.
No, travelling around Europe.
Yeah, he's big on the Instagram.
Yes, he is. Back for the right time of the year.
Plenty of shirtless poses, selfies. He loves a duck face.
Don't we all?
I know. Someone get him a shirt sponsor so he can put one on.
Kind of clothing.
Yeah, good scrum by the Hawks, showing their one-man dominance here. Mulhern inside Kilmurray. It opens up for Kilmurray, but quickly closes. It's a loose carry, and the ball may have been turned over by Beaches here.
Really slowing the ball down here. Liam Walker's not very happy.
No, that's a penalty.
That's the third one he's got out of Hollywood. It must be on his Christmas card list.
So 14-25. It's in kicking distance, but it looks like they're going to go for the line.
I want the try. To make the last 10 minutes very interesting.
Well, that's a good kick by Mulhern, the young fly half. Gets them about 15 out.
Driving maul could be a go here. It's been a strength.
Well, they've got to win the line out. There's been pressure on Drennan's throws.
When they've caught it, their maul's been good.
And this is where it counts. Comes in, too easy that time, and they immediately go to ground, so
Beaches sack.
Beaches do well. But this is where they're dangerous. One out here now, the Hawks, and Michael Delore trying to rip that ball off the bigger man in Rockaboro, and that is a penalty. As we see the man come on the field.
Hayden Gavin.
It is Hayden Gavin.
Facing
Poisi. So fresh legs. He's had a dominant game as well again here today, playing at number 8.
Yeah, they look a lot more comfortable in the 8 position. And maybe it might be a ploy for the latter part of the year.
I don't think you lose too much if VAR slips to the side.
No, not at all. Younger legs too.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not sure where Marlon Safiti is today too. He's another 38-year-old, ex-pro. Good scrum.
Oh, great scrum, but VAR aware.
Must be picking that up from the hooker's feet.
Yeah, he's well aware they're a man down, and he's getting the ball nice and quick. Goes back. Adrian Delore pumps it downfield. McNeil comes right. He's looking for some quick ball here, but he won't get it. And that's a better chase by Southern Beaches. They're up against it. They're a man down. They're in the lead. Hamilton and Hawks, they're attacking. It bodes for a final 5 minutes worth tuning in for on Bar TV Sports.
Another good throw by Drennan. His last 4 or 5 have been spot on.
Yeah, he certainly fixed it at half-time, and Kilmurray.
It's been strong too, the last 5.
Oh, telegraphed inside to Rockaboro, but it didn't matter, and that goes forward. So Mulhern showing good composure earlier on and just pushed that pass inside, and the angled runner was just mistimed.
Yeah, putting the pressure on the young guy. Second game in. He's going to have to lift here in the last 10 minutes, 5 minutes.
Yeah, needs to take the game by the collar, as they say, Jared.
Yes, Hamilton there. They'll have to lift, find a gear. They keep their undefeated season going here. 2 draws and won everything else before them. Free kick off the mark.
Yeah, that's a big let off there. Soft, as you said. Oh, the ball.
Dominant.
Well, they're a man up, and here comes Powder again. Oh, around the head there, Kilmurray. Yeah, and
got a call from Tonks.
He did get a call for Tonks. I saw that, but will he get the card?
He had one earlier in the game, and then.
Well, this is why Olafalongo's off.
Yeah, if they're going to be consistent. They did have one earlier in the game, first 15 against Hamilton, taking the shot.
Taking the shot against the wind.
Swirling around. Maybe they might get Lockie Wade chasing in the hope it hits the crossbar. He's the only one been chasing all day.
Olafalongo coming towards the touchline. So he would have, even though they're a man down, he would have enjoyed that spell on the sideline, the big man.
Yeah,
he'll play out the last 5 minutes. And
came off, didn't he, last week? And that was obviously his spell he needed. He was very strong in that first 15 after the halftime break too.
And they're taking their time here. I mean, there's probably 5 minutes of injury time. Their producer's telling us. He's put in a big stint today. He's a little bit under the weather, young Bo.
Always does a good job.
No, he's a #1 producer here. So Delore on halfway. It's Adrian Delore. Takes the kick and it won't have the legs.
The Sheldon's away.
Well, he could have probably jumped up and blocked it anyway. That's how tall he is. Yeah, nice run. And now Hamilton Hawks have to get the ball up the other end somehow. Kilmurray standing flat. Mulhern, now McNeil. Here's Ward. Oh, he's been sniped. He's dropped the ball. So we're looking now where the Beaches are obviously trying to slow the play down so they can bring back on Alpha Longo.
Tyson.
As Backridge comes from the field.
Tyson's limbering back in. Backridge has been very good in defence today.
Yeah, he's a solid player, is Backridge.
Another one who loves a selfie.
Yeah, you can normally see him out in the nightclubs. He's always on the nightclub posters, and he's a social butterfly. No,
Another
nice scrum.
Beautiful
scrum by Hamilton. Quick tap is taken. Walker, he's met in another solid tackle.
We really need to get Alpha Longo back on in the scrum, Beaches.
Well, surely he's been off for 10 minutes.
He's been off a while. He's standing there. There's another substitute there.
Next break in play, I'd imagine.
Another big hit.
Yeah, awesome hit, wasn't it?
Probably the 10th big hit they've put on today. Liam Walker pleading for a penalty there from Rob.
Walker goes wide now. Here's McNeil trying to find some space, but the Beaches defence. It's really picked up a notch in this second half. Delamarte has a bit of space, but again, they're up for it. Oh, it's been turned over. Jackson McLean. He'll go close to winning man of the match.
It's been strong.
But he's turned it over. He's just lost it.
Big Geraint Weaver there with the knock-on.
So, the Hamilton Hawks, they've had 2 draws this season, no losses. This is looking more and more likely that they'll lose at home here today, Jared.
Yeah, it's not always a bad thing, though. You would probably rather have one now than
don't know about that.
Semi-finals.
I hate losing. Anytime.
I'm a referee. We always win.
You affect the outcomes of games. Not to the detriment, mind you, just abiding by the laws. We'd be nowhere without you, Jared.
Yes.
So we're well into injury time now. The game slipping from the grasps of the Hawks. There'll be no bird bath here today.
Solid scrum there.
Yeah, nice scrum. Full complement on now. Comes out the back. Adrian Delore goes wide.
Pete Madden.
Madden on the far side. He's come on as a replacement. Now they pick and drive towards the try line. Are they over? Held up.
Just getting an updated score from number 2. Wanderers 40, Waratah 30.
Well, there you go. I thought there may have been an upset over there. So Wanderers
bouncing back after their
certainly makes the competition, the race for the top spot is still wide open.
Yeah, the Beaches hang on here and Wanderers get a win. And they would have got a bonus point too for definitely more than 4 tries. Looks like Phyllis has maybe come off for blood, has he? He's limbering back up.
Well, it's a testament that the Hawks haven't scored a point in this second half, Jared.
No, they haven't.
And they haven't really looked like scoring. So the Beaches' defence, it's been rugged, it's been solid.
Yep, disrupting the ball. They haven't had a lot of clean ball that they're used to, Hamilton, front foot ball.
A nice, solid scrum again. VAR picks up from the back, goes himself. Now they go wide. Michael Delore. Varka steps on the inside, steps back towards his pack, offloads.
Mika.
Here they come on the far side, and that is a try. And you can see the grandstand is rumbling up there. The camera's shaking. The Beaches are happy. We'll look at the replay here, and Varka, I tell you what, he's got to be close to winning this pork knuckle.
He's been very strong in the second half. Mickey Riopa again had an assist in that.
Yeah, nicely done. That'll be almost full time, you'd imagine.
Yeah, it'll be fairly close. Looks like they're gathering on the 10-metre line there, the Beaches.
Yeah, the midfield defence. Has been outstanding here today in this second half for Southern Beaches. It's been a great defensive effort, and it's the old adage, defence turns into attack, and that's what it's done in this second half. It's opened up for Southern Beaches.
Yes.
And Delore takes a shot. Now the flags go up. The crowd goes up. 32-14. Southern Beaches have definitely put a mark on this competition.
And 2 tough games, Wanderers and Hamilton, 2 weeks in a row. Come away with the chocolates, as they say.
And that pretty much sums up the Hamilton afternoon as the ball bounces into touch.
Hollywood's looking at his watch.
I hope it's digital.
What time's dinner at Murray's Brewery?
Oh, Stone goes up, nicely won. It's all control here for the Beaches. As they go out, the arms go up, and it's a victory against the odds. They were down 14-3 in the first half, and they've come back with a 32-14-point victory here at Passmore, Jared.
Yeah, very strong second half. Must, as I said earlier, must have been a strong halftime chat. So they really shut Hamilton out in that second half and went to another level, similar to what they did against Wanderers last week. So they're really building towards the semi-finals in 2 weeks' time.
They certainly are. And player of the match, who are you going to... I'm going to say Jackson McLean.
Jackson McLean was strong. Vaca was strong. Phyllis was strong. But, yeah, Jackson McLean leading from the front.
That's right. He had a tough day at the office. He was left out there alone a couple of times with the sin binning. So, yeah, well done, Jackson McLean, the Dust Hunt House man of the match. That's Bar TV Sports live coverage of the 2017 Rams NHRU Premiership. Of course, stay tuned for all our delayed streams later on with all the competition. Thanks very much, Jared, for coming along.
No, thank you for having me.
And we've got a big day of sport tomorrow, of course, live on Bar TV Sports. I'm Gareth Wozik, and we'll catch you next time.